Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often than not in a equal stats situation. Zangief from Street Fighter versus Colossus from Marvel 616. If you guys are new to my channel, leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also, shouts to the Cough Shop gang. Their links will be in the description. Also, shouts to the team, shouts to HQ Squad. Much appreciated to the gang. They also help me in my videos also. So I'm going to go ahead, start off with Colossus and talk about what he brings to the table. So Colossus's mutant powers allows him to turn his whole body, including organs and hair, into a strong organic steel that is very durable. While Colossus is in this state, he gains a small form of invulnerability, increased stamina and endurance, and all other attributes, such as not requiring the need to eat or breathe while in his organic steel state, which is pretty impressive. Colossus's steel body is also bulletproof, as bullets ricochet off his body instead. When it comes to combat situations, Colossus is very cunning. He's shown to use his environment to his advantage, such as ripping the trees or steel girders to whoop his opponents with. Colossus, believe it or not, is quite skilled and tactical in his own right. He trained with the new X-Men and taught them about working as a coherent team. He's also pointed out flaws such as not allowing emotions to disrupt one's focus and understanding the intentions of his enemies. Colossus has also sparred with Sunspot, teaching him to always be aware of his surroundings. Colossus was also trained by Nightcrawler, Storm and Wolverine in skill, and he has also demonstrated in fights to use skill, especially against the likes of Hulk. Colossus has demonstrated to take advantage of situations when his opponent's guard is lowered, allowing him to rebalance the situation in his favor. Colossus is a monster and is relentless. Colossus has a lot of willpower and he will push through tough situations, just like the time when he fought against a clone of Havoc who kept bombarding him with a laser blast, and we literally see Colossus with all his might push through this beam and then smack him away with a steel girder. Absolutely insane. So that's going to round up Colossus and what he primarily brings to the table. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Zangief to see what the Red Cyclone brings to the table. Zangief has shown some pretty cool and unique abilities over the years. Zangief can perform the bashing flat, which is a technique where he channels chi in his hand and either uses it to destroy projectiles or tag his opponents. He's demonstrated to intercept Ryu's Hadoukens. As mentioned before in previous videos, chi in Street Fighter affects you physically, spiritually and mentally. Zangief has physically, spiritually and mentally taken attacks, so he has some mental and spiritual and physical resistances thanks to the chi and his chi usage. He's also demonstrated to take Hadoukens from Ken and also tank and flex his muscles to destroy a psycho powered imbued sword. And psycho power is just like chi, where it can also affect you on a spiritual and mental and physical level. Zangief also has resistance to the cold and he's able to resist the nasty cold blizzards in Russia, which is pretty cool. Zangief himself is skilled in Russian and American wrestling. He knows many techniques such as the screw pile driver, atomic suplex, double lariat, which allows him to avoid projectiles and tag his opponents by spinning around with his fist out. Zangief also has a counterattack where he parries and grabs his opponent's leg and slams it on the ground. He can also perform airborne maneuvers such as the Siberian Blizzard, where he launches himself into the air to grab and slam down on his opponents. Zangief can also perform Iron Muscle, which gives him a layer of armor which allows him to absorb any attacks. This layer of armor has demonstrated to absorb physical, spiritual and mental attacks. Zangief can also perform the Cyclone Lariat, where he spins around at rapid speeds to suck his opponents closer to deal damage to them. While he performs this move, projectiles also can phase past him as well, which is pretty impressive. And lastly, Zangief can apply a layer of armor when he runs up to his opponents and grabs them to perform the Siberian Express. So that's going to round up both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this fight to see who would win more often than not in an equal stats situation. So of course, both these behemoths have some really good abilities. Of course, Colossus has his protection with his mutant powers, allowing him to turn his body into organic steel. Zangief has his chi attacks, of course, with the bashing flat. Now, I don't really see the chi attacks going to inherently change anything much in this fight. I think Colossus would be able to take those chi attacks just fine. In fact, Iron Fist himself in the classic days was able to punch Colossus with a chi attack and Colossus got up just fine. So we've literally seen Colossus take chi attacks. He's no stranger to taking such fundamental attacks to those degrees. so I don't think that's going to really change anything much in this matchup. I think those two behemoths are definitely going to go at it. They're going to start scrapping, they're going to get into grapples, they're going to start suplexing each other off trees, they're going to start using their environment, like grabbing, trash bins, steel girders, trees, cars. They're definitely going to be ruffling and tussling around the arena and fighting each other. Now, of course, when it comes to expending energy, it would ultimately come down to a war of attrition. Now, Colossus does have the stamina edge thanks to his organic steel state, so he can fight longer in this form. I think that if the fight continues and progresses, this might be an issue for Zangief. Zangief doesn't really have any stamina feats per se, so this could take a toll on Zangief as the fight progresses. And if Zangief is unable to dispatch and take out Colossus, which I think he's definitely going to have a tough time doing, it's definitely going to be a long endurance fight. And also Colossus does have the invulnerability to some degree, so his steel state will definitely be able to take a lot of punishment from Zangief's attacks. I don't think Zangief has the sufficient time to really put down Colossus, and Colossus, with his stubborn willpower, is just going to keep going at Zangief until Zangief wears himself down, and that's why I see Colossus just breaking him. So more often than not, with the highest of difficulty, this fight is not one-sided at all. I think it's very close in equal stats, but I do lean more so with Colossus. The organic steel state, the benefits it gives Colossus, it allows him to fight longer, it gives him the added protection and some form of small invulnerability, and he'd be able to keep fighting until Zangief gives in. Also, now you're probably wondering who would win in an unequal stat situation. Colossus would probably one-shot pretty easily. Colossus has better scaling, he's probably faster than Zangief, he'd blitz him. He scales to a lot of the X-Men characters, and he has like hero tier scaling of his own, so he would pretty much embarrass Zangief if it was like unequal stats, if anyone just wanted to know. And I thought doing equal stats would make the fight a lot more interesting, seeing these, these big Russian cyclones going at it. But yeah, more often than not, I gotta give this to Colossus. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you think wins in equal stats situation? Or let me know your thoughts in general. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been real. See you guys in the next one.